Hello there, today I'm going to be doing a weapons tier list video. A quick disclaimer, there will be a number of weapons that I'll rank without giving much of an explanation as to why, if any, because they're like copy paste weapons or something. Otherwise the video is going to be like 5 hours long. To start off we have the cord. I don't know, nothing to say, it's the first weapon you get, who cares. The Lupara, probably the second weapon that people get. It's actually pretty good though. Everyone's build is kind of like stupid at like the really low power score, and the Lupara does a lot of damage, and everyone's cab is usually just chilling. The Lupara is actually a pretty good weapon for new players. The Avenger, sure, I don't know. I don't know. It's a common weapon, who cares? Onto the blue weapons. The Defender, this is one of the weapons that I'm not gonna like, who cares bro? It's F. Frontal machine guns are already really bad. Frontal machine guns are just even worse, especially at like the blue ranks. The Vector. The Vector was once, you know, the perfect blue weapon for like new players and stuff, but hits getting got removed and all that. It still probably is good if you play low ping, but a lot of people don't play low ping. I'll sort of put it like C because it's a machine gun. Sledgehammer, same as the Lupara, it's really good at like the really low power score because everyone's cab is just chilling and it does a lot of damage. Like, fuck off. This needs to fuck off. It literally says that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect anything at all, but it's telling me to remove it. Oh. I basically have a degree in computer science. I think that's what that means. I'm actually not sure. The Spitfire. Frontal things in this game sort of just don't work. F, I don't know. Like, it does alright damage, but the Rapier, this thing is actually pretty good. Autocannons early game are like the main thing that people go for. I'm gonna say like, it does a lot of damage. I wanna say high B. I would say A, but I'd say high B just cause power creep kind of. Little boy, bro, I can't even remember what like 4K power score looks like. Look, I don't even know. I don't even know where to put it, and I'm not gonna waste time ranking blue weapons. The Judge. This is actually a little bit better, and I know that. I'm gonna put it like around here. The Wasp. This thing is really good if you can aim. If you can reliably hit your shots, the Wasp is really good. The Borer, it used to be really good. I'm pretty sure it kept getting nerfed because of like the trucker Borer cabins. I don't even know or care. C. The Falcon. Who cares, bro? I don't know. Same with the Cobra. Like, they do okay damage, but they're drones. I don't know. Onto the teal weapons. The Guardian, this is especially F. It's overpriced. It has really bad spread. It's a frontal machine gun. Just don't, please. The Piercer is actually pretty good. I'm gonna put it like low A. The Piercer is actually pretty good. I think the only bad thing about it is you like can't get the casings anymore or something. Or you can. There's something with the Piercer, but it's just really hard to craft. You can buy it. I'm pretty sure it's a bit overpriced. Or it might be back to normal, I haven't checked in ages. But the Piercer is pretty good. The Sinus, MGs are just really bad at the moment. Especially like low power score, put it C. The Mace is not bad in that low mid power score range. Put it like high B. The Junk Bow, similar to the Mace, it's not bad. Even though it got its weird rework and like it shoots 3 shots, it's not horrible. Goblin, I don't know, just don't use these, bro. These weird fucking shotgun things. Same with the Leech, it's horrible. The Storm is actually pretty good. It's like the, you know, the main route that new players go down because like autocannons and stuff. It's okay, it shoots a bit slow and it's pretty inaccurate after a few shots, but it does damage, so you know. The Therm is like, I would put it S, but it's kind of like not like that. I'll just put it high A. The Therm is really good. It's also 800 coins. It's definitely not worth 800 coins, but you know, good damage, really good fire rate. The spread is not that bad, especially with like buffs and stuff. It's kind of the raid weapon. Every time we get an event or like a raid, this is the weapon that everyone uses for like whatever it is. Tempest, this thing is really good as well. Especially like, you know, the low power score, the Docker bloody builds. This thing is really stupid. The Hulk, this thing is also not bad, low power score with like an echo or something. I don't know, I'll put it there. Median is poop. It does okay damage, but it's just kind of poop. It's quite inaccurate. When you're hitting people, it just feels like you're pecking at them. It doesn't feel like you're actually doing anything. Pyramid, bro, this thing is nuts. I actually love this thing. If you can hold the perk on it, holy moly. This thing just pumps out damage over and over and over again. It is really fun. I want to put an S, but there's quite a skill gap to it. Man, I really want to put an S, but I just feel like everyone's going to be like, no, it's not S. It has 20 durability. You can't put an S. So I won't put an S. I'll put it like mid A. Synthesis. I'm pretty sure this weapon used to be like everywhere. This was like, if you're a new player, you need to get the synthesis. I've pretty much never used it, so I don't know why it would be good. I'm guessing it just has good DPS. So just from what I've heard, I'm going to put it like low A, just from what I've heard. Buzzsaw, I don't know what happened to melee. I'm going to put it with the Borer, it's the same thing. Pretty sure melee got a fat nerf and no one uses it anymore. Tempura, the Tempura does like okay damage. I can't remember, no one uses it. It's only the other one that people used to use. I don't know. I'm just going to put it with the other melee just because I don't know. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad. And it doesn't one-shot like the other one used to. Booms. There's like no reason to use these. The damage difference between these and Lancers is like too much. To where these just aren't even good, even in low power score. More drones. Who cares, bro? Okay, the sidekicks are actually not bad. These can be pretty annoying. I'm going to put them like low B. But bro, who cares about drones, man? If you use drones, please stop. Please stop using drones. The Emily. Oh man, this sucks. I wish the Emily was good. It's such a cool weapon. A grenade launcher revolver. But it's so bad. Same with this thing. Maybe not low F. I'll put it high. I'll put it high F. That's a good bit different. The Emily and Summoner, they're just horrible, dude. They need a bunch of buffs. They've been forgotten about. Onto the purple weapons. The Spectre, when there was hit scan, I would put this S. I'm gonna have to put it like C now. It does like okay damage, but it's not hit scan. A lot of people can't use it because of ping and stuff now. Even then, machine guns are pretty bad at the moment. Look, I'll put it high C. Wow. Tackler, F. There's a reason this is like the cheapest purple in the game, aside from Cheetah. I think Cheetah may have even gone up. This is like 100 coins, and it's horrible, dude. Just frontal machine gun things. The spread is horrible. The damage is really bad. Don't touch the Tackler, please. Protector is not as bad, but it's still a frontal machine gun, so... Equalizer... the rapid fire machine guns, or whatever you want to call these, the mini guns, aren't as bad on high ping because you can just hold mouse 1 and you can sort of counteract the ping. You don't need to just be like drilling people's weapons by tapping them 200 meters away with like normal MGs. So these are a lot more usable and their damage is okay. They've gotten a number of nerfs, but like it's pretty decent still. I'll put it high B. They're not bad. The Miller, I don't even know what happened to the Miller. The Miller used to be pretty good. It used to be everywhere. I don't even know if it got nerfed or what, but it's sort of nowhere at the moment. It's very inaccurate, slow rotating. Its damage is okay. The inaccuracy is kind of annoying with the perk. Yeah, you need to hit a number of shots before you get the explosive round, and it is very inaccurate. I'm gonna put it like mid B, just because it's not too hard to use. It does okay damage. It's sort of just okay at everything, but it's not the greatest, I think. I don't know, you barely ever see Millers. Caucasus. It's a nice way to play Helis, because Helis is lame. The damage on Caucasus actually isn't bad. I was using them with like a favorite like a few months ago, and it was surprising me how much damage these things were putting out. I want to put them like high B, and especially for Helis. These things just make Helis not annoying. Thunderbolt, unlike its other shotgun bros, this thing is just not very good. Hit scan changes and stuff. Shotguns in general before hit scan were already pretty bad because you needed to have them hanging out on top of the build. And if you're gonna undermount them, there's better weapons to use. So take all that and then remove hit scan away from it, and then you've got where shotguns are now. Let's go. Fafnir, again, unlike the junk bow, this thing is like okay, but it's just not as good as like the junk bow power score, if you know what I mean. Put a high C. Arathron, if you can aim with this, the only people that can use this well are people with low ping. But if you can aim with this, it is pretty good. Like if you know how to use the perk, the Arathron is actually really good. It does a lot of damage, and you can sort of play like perfect kite range. It's a very skill-based weapon, and I kind of like that. I'll put a low A, just because it's really nice to use once you master it. The Gremlin, bro, don't use these. Why did I put the Goblin there, bro? Don't use these things. The Rupture, same thing. These weird frontal weapons are so bad in the game at the moment. There's like 3 people that use them and they will die by them. Otherwise, they're horrible. The Whirlwind. Honestly, I could put Whirlwind S. I kind of just reserve S for like things that are no-brainer. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's A. But Whirlwind is so good. I'll put it high A. Whirlwind is just so good at what it does. It's perfect for raids. Helis, it's really good at. Even PvP, it's really good at. It does a lot of damage and it's pretty accurate. I don't know. It's just a very solid weapon. Okay, the Duel is S. Especially like as of recently, the Duel is definitely S. It's very accurate, shoots very fast, it does a lot of damage. I think it does hit damage. Actually, I need to check. If it does explosive damage, then it's even more broken. Oh my god, it does explosive damage. Okay, oh, that's insane. So it has really good fire rate, it's very accurate, it does a lot of damage. The Jira to mass ratio is nearly 1-to-1. It's a decent size. Jira is actually kind of broken. And it's annoying how it's only in 1 pack, which is why it's like 2,000 coin. Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, easy S, explosive damage, high fire rate, very accurate, lots of damage, really good stats. The Whirl, I'll put the Whirl like A. It got nerfed. People stopped using it. It's out of meta. It is still very strong. Has a lot of DPS. It's quite nice to build around. It can be used in a number of configurations with different cabs, but it got nerfed, so it isn't sort of just the killer of everything. It's sort of just the killer of most things. Fat Man, this thing, actually no, this thing was everywhere because they buffed it. Well, they reworked it, but they sort of just buffed it. They gave it a lot of damage with the old reload, as they put it in like a mini BP, like fuse thing. And then once everyone got it, then they said, oh, we didn't realize. And then they sort of fixed it. It's still sort of strong at like the 9k range. It's just very inaccurate and annoying. And with Raijin being a thing, there's no point in using Fat Mans. But they are pretty good. I'll put them like mid B. They do a good amount of damage, good amount of DPS. They're very tanky. It's just they're very inaccurate. That's kind of the problem. Is if someone's more than like 50 meters away, if not even like 30 meters away and you shoot, there's a good chance it's just going to go into the ground or something. If you're playing like an aggressor car or whatever. The Raijin is at least A. I could put it S. Did it get nerfed? I'm pretty sure it got nerfed actually like a month ago. So I'll put it A because it was still very, very strong in like the 9k range. I'll put it A. I'm pretty sure it got nerfed, so I'll just put it A because of that. But very durable, good rotation speed, lots of damage. Good reload and charge time. I don't even know what else. The size of it as well, with the Jira to mass, still a really good weapon. The 88s, I feel like the 88s are only good on like one build, which is the Icebox build. Otherwise, they're just kind of weird. They're very big. They're just very weird to use. They're kind of outdated and whatnot. Let's put a high B. They do a lot of damage. Great. That's sort of it. Nagul. This thing could go like C tier, but with the gyroscope being a thing, if you can aim with the gyroscope, these things do a lot of damage. They do like 20% more damage to like modules and parts, modules, weapons, and movement parts and stuff. So if you can hit guns, this thing does a lot of damage with the gyroscope and stuff. I'll put it like B, just because it's pretty cool to use with gyroscope. Locust, there is 0 point in using Locust with Pyramid existing. It's bigger and harder to build around. It's more power score. The perk is the same, but Pyralids have better DPS. And they're more accurate. Just use Pyralids over Locust, genuinely. And they're so much cheaper. Crickets, I was making a video on crickets, so that'll kind of explain everything. I don't know, high C or low B. They do a lot of damage, but that is it. They have okay reload as well. But that is kind of all they have going for them. Everything else is really bad. They're so outdated that it's insane. I'm gonna go high C only because they're so hard to build around. They only do a lot of damage. That's pretty much it. Snowfall, these things are really good. I'm gonna put them in A. They do a lot of damage close range. They're very tanky and they're kind of nice to build around and to like armor. I could put these S. I want to put more things S, but I just want to reserve S for things that are like insanely good. I feel like Snowfall, they just have such a short range. Let's put it high A. Flutes, Pretty sure these things keep getting buffed. They keep getting like tiny buffs like every patch, but still no one uses them. I don't really know why. I've used them a few times, but with my high ping, they're really weird to use, so I have barely used them. But the times I've used them and was decent with them, they do a lot of damage and they're pretty fun to use when you shoot people behind walls. I'm just gonna say low B, just because I feel like they have potential, and if you're a good player, they can be pretty annoying to fight against. I guess the massive red laser in the sky is kind of a dead giveaway that there's rockets coming towards you. The toe, this would have gone straight into S, but then they sort of nerfed its damage quite a lot, and it's not even used in clan wars anymore by spider teams. It's sort of just, I don't even know. It's a good balance, it's not like overpowered anymore. I'll say high B, because it is still good at most, well, it's okay at most ranges. I don't know, high B doesn't do like, it doesn't one-shot people anymore, so I guess high B. The nest, people like kind of sleep on this. When there's a good player with like a step spider nest, or even a hippogriff nest, it can be kind of annoying. But a lot of idiots use this and sort of give it a bad name. I'm gonna say like high B, it's actually not bad. And it's pretty funny in helis. Trombone, look, I'm gonna put this in like C, low C. So many people will have power score left or like energy left and they'll just put a trombone on. Please don't. The trombone got nerfed quite a while ago. It's not as good as it used to be. You don't need to put trombone on every single weapon or with every single weapon. Just please stop using trombone unless it's like a specific thing. Pyres, these things got nerfed ages ago and they sort of keep getting nerfed. I don't even know why. They don't do a lot of damage anymore. These things are like low C. They're slow, don't do a lot of damage. The reloads kind of poop. I don't know, low C. Just don't really use them. They're kind of bad. Impulse, if you can like, this thing overheats very quickly. If you can hit most shots in like the time it takes to overheat, then it's good. It does a lot of damage. But the nade is pretty slow. Like I said, it overheats very quickly. And with the thresher existing, I'm gonna say low B, just because there's the thresher, which is sort of just better. I'll do like low A for thresher. The impulse shoots slower, it overheats quicker. Its perk, I'm pretty sure once every like 8 shots that you hit, it does more damage or something. And the thresher is like doing damage at a certain, or hitting someone at a certain range gives you 7% more damage. That stacks a number of times. The thresher is just better, it's more accurate, shoots faster, takes longer to overheat, pretty much does the same damage. There's just no point in using impulse when thresher. Yongwang, bro, I don't even know what this thing does anymore. It got nerfed into the ground and you don't see it anywhere. It used to be everywhere and now you don't see it. I'm sure it's still okay, but since you can't undermount it, what's the point? It has like a few hundred euro, it just gets taken off instantly. I'll say high C. It does okay damage. It's like cricket. It's good at one thing and that's just damage. It's bad at everything else. Aurora is actually really good. It is really good. If you get at like 9k, triple Aurora, it's really good. Especially with it being like the only hit scan machine gun. It's nice. At like 9 to 11k, a triple Aurora is really nice. Gravistar. There's only one type of like people that use Gravistars, and they're the people that will only use Gravistars and be like, oh, it's the best gun of the game. It's the best gun of the game. And they will not use anything else. It's not that good. When you overheat, when you like use the perk, it gets taken off in one shot. Yes, that's exactly what I want to happen with my shotgun. Yes. Gravistar is only good undermounted in like the 11k and below range. Even then, you can just splash the ground and take it off. Please. To the people that use Gravistar and only Gravistar, please use something else, bro. Don't just be like, it can max out the ball. It does 999,999 damage on the ball, so it's the best gun in the game. Please use something else. Holy. I'll put it there. I don't know. It does okay damage. That is it. And it's good undermounted. Dude. Please use something else though. Triggers. These things are so underwhelming. Like they have okay reload, but the amount of heat they apply is not a lot. The amount of damage they do is not a lot. The perk. That's like everything with this weapon is just I'll put it like mid-C just because it's kind of poop. It's still okay and it's very cheap compared to Destructors. Actually, I think Destructors are only 1200. I forgot what I was saying. I mean, yeah, Destructors are like 1200, so 1 destructor is equal to like 3 triggers. I guess for new players it's cheap and it's still pretty decent, I guess. Which is why I'm just gonna, I'll move it up a little bit more. Because it's okay, but it's just pretty bad. Blockchains are kind of crazy. People like sleep on them, but they're kind of nuts. They do really nice damage, like hit scan and stuff, you know. If you can aim and position yourself well, blockchains are crazy. They're very funny. And if you use something like Satori, I made a video on it. If you use like a certain build with it, they do like 700 damage a shot. And it's so funny to watch people just explode to blockchains and they have no idea what happened. So I'll put them like here. High A, mid A. Quasars. Look, I'm sure these are okay. But you just never see them in like that mid-high, oh what? You just never see them in that mid power score range. There's sort of, I think there's better weapons to use. They do like okay damage, but I don't know. They're just kind of mid. Yokai is a poop. Even good players like make Yokai look average. Why can I not put it down there, bro? Look, whatever. I'll just put it there. It's C tier. It's just poop. If you somehow if you use this and you're fighting a hover and you actually somehow do the intended purpose of the weapon and hit the ground underneath the hover and do damage to him, great. But it was half luck, I can guarantee that. Because the hitbox on this thing is retarded. Half the time you hit perfectly, it doesn't do anything. Other times you will aim perfectly and it will just hit the ground somewhere else. This thing is poop, bro. It needs, I don't even know, it's poop. Akari, it's good in like the Levy raids and it's S in Levy Clan Wars. But those are the two things. When it comes to normals and PvP and whatever the hell, it's just useless. But I'm gonna put it A just because it is very broken when it comes to Levy Clan Wars. And yeah. Varun, the only way to use this is with macros and like an auto clicker. And even then you need like sub 100 ping for that to work. The DPS is like okay. I'll put it low B. It's just kind of weird. There's just not much point using it. Like, so you need an auto clicker and you need low ping. It's kind of, I don't know. It's alright. It has okay DPS, that's about it. Phoenix, this thing got like some weird change a while back with like hit damage, where it does like 50 or 150 damage and then it'll like attach the explosive, which I thought was really cool, but it seems to just not do anything. The gun is still poop. It's very big and very weak. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Put it C somewhere. It's like okay. The spike. This thing is so underwhelming. It's so hard to build around. You need the impulse fusion if you want to be funny and try and impulse people, but even then it doesn't work half the time. And you need to hit certain parts of their build or certain areas of their build to even have a chance at flipping them. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's extremely underwhelming, that's all. And if you want to spend like 4k coin fusing spikes, let me tell you, it's not worth it. Do that when you have like everything else. The Tachi would be like high A with like the old Tachi, but then they changed its perk to change how it would be used. So it's like used sideways. And it's just weird now. It's just kind of bad. It went from being sort of everywhere in the 9 to 11k range, and now it's nowhere because it's horrible. So again, put it somewhere C. It's still okay, it still does damage, but it's so weird to use that no one uses it. The Mauler, I don't know what happened to Melee, but the Mauler used to be really good. I remember quite a while ago, I used to use like this weird Mauler car with like Griffin, and it was sort of just better than Harvesters. But I'm guessing they nerfed it because you just don't see Melee anywhere anymore. The Lacerator is even worse. The Mauler, I don't know. I'm going to put it to C somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. I'll just put it in C. Same with the Lacerator, it's even worse than the Mauler. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Melee, so I can't say too much on it. But I know Melee is really bad. Lance, just because Lances were like the most used weapon 3 weeks ago in the Battle for Uranium, doesn't mean they're S tier, or even A tier, or even B tier. Bro, Lancers are so bad. You have a build with 10 Lancers, 15 Lancers strapped to your build, you're still not one-shotting people. Most Lance players will go in, try and one-shot someone, then just leave instantly because they didn't get a kill, and then they just lost all their weapons. Lances are horrible. They were only good in the Battle for Uranium because you could respawn. Remedy. Look. This thing is bad. It's so weird to build around. If you use like a normal Blight dog with Remedy, you can just shoot the Remedy because of how like the weird size of it. So just shoot the gun, lol. And if it's undermounted, just shoot the gun, lol. Its damage is like okay, but bro, I don't know. It's kind of poop, honestly. Ensign, this thing is pretty good. Ensign's it's nice. Lots of heat, good amount of damage, good reload, all that stuff. I don't know. Ensign is just nice, there's not much more to say about it. Jotun, same thing, better even, actually. Jotun is really nice. I'll put it like low A, because cold is kind of just better than heat in situations. And the Jotun is sort of just better to use than the Ensign. Like, it feels easier to use kind of thing with the like rotation and all that stuff. Elephant. I've been wanting to use the Elephant since like the cryo rework, and I haven't been able to use it. I don't know. I could imagine it'll be pretty fun at like 9k, but I haven't used it, and from what I've seen, I'm gonna guess it's probably around B tier. I'm not even gonna bother with doing high and lows because this isn't working. I'll just put it in B tier. I'm sure Elephant is. I'll just put it at the front. I'm not even gonna worry about high and low. Yeah, I'm sure Elephant is okay. I'm sure it's alright. Gungnir. What is the Gungnir's perk is the longer it shoots, the more accurate it gets, and the slower the fire rate, I'm pretty sure. And the No Tongue is the 5 shots of more damage. This thing's kind of poop. It was pretty good with hit scan, but with all the other normal machine guns being really accurate now because they removed hit scan, so they reduced the spread, means that this thing is sort of just irrelevant. Like, I could even put it in F, but it has cryo, which is kind of cool. It's kind of just irrelevant now, because every other machine gun pretty much has this perk but doesn't lose fire rate. Like, every other machine gun is just as accurate now, so I didn't think there's much. I want to put it in F. I'm gonna put it in F. Even though it has cryo, the cryo is just kind of poop. It doesn't add a lot of cryo, so you need to hit someone a lot before the cold starts doing anything. And there's just no point in using it. I'd rather use Spectres. Capcan, with like power creep in builds, a lot of builds are getting very heavy now. Capcan is just getting more and more irrelevant without, like, as it's not getting changed. Builds are getting attached to Capcan, then just driving off of it, because they're either really quick or they're too heavy. There's no point. Capcan is F as well. It's just so bad right now. It's really bad. King Mine as a weapon, I'll put it in C because as a weapon, it's okay if you can use it. But obviously the Hadron King is like the best thing for reload. I don't know. If it was a module, it would be like A, because it's pretty much a module, but it's obviously not a module. Doom, bro, people sleep on this thing. The Doom is nuts. The Doom does a lot of damage, and a good player with Doom, that's not fun to fight against. Put it in A. I'm not going to worry about high and low A anymore. I'm just going to have it as the tier itself because it's not working properly. Owl, oh, who cares? Who cares? Actually, no, this thing is F. This is the rocket one. This thing is so bad. Grenadier? Wait, oh shit. That's what I thought it was. Okay, the sidekick is bad. The sidekick is C. The Grenadier is B. I'll switch these. I thought that was, yeah. The Grenadier one is not horrible, but it's a drone, so who cares? The sidekick is pretty bad. The fuse, I wish the fuse had better, like, lock-on time, because what I've seen happen is people will drop a fuse, and it will just stand there confused for like a few seconds, and then it will start chasing someone, and then it'll just blow up randomly. The damage is like okay, but if they had better lock-on time, they'd be kind of fun to use, I think. But they just sort of poop, like every other drone in the game. Anaconda. Oh, it shoots a rocket. A rocket is more damage than a bullet. Bro, it is not for some reason in this game. That's bad. Barrier. Oh my god, actually. I'm actually going to put Barrier in S. I'm actually gonna put barrier in S. Okay, this thing got a buff recently where it now takes, it used to take more damage from explosions, so barrier was pretty bad. Now it doesn't. Bro, barrier is so strong. One barrier has like 3k durability, and it's takes so long to break it. And if someone has more than one barrier, you need to get in their face to kill them. Like, I'm kind of talking claymores here. Bro, barrier is really strong right now. Is really strong. I don't know about like pub, like you get the people that run around with 10 barriers in their build. Great. Like most of these things, I'm not rating them in pubs because there will be people that will use like one cannon and one machine gun, win 10 games in a row, then talk in general chat saying, "Ooh, it's surprisingly effective. It's surprisingly..." Shut up, bro. One cannon, one machine gun is not surprisingly effective. You're just getting carried or something. It's pubs, no one cares. So most of these I'm rating them in like a 4v4 setting, whether it be like clan confrontation, battle for uranium, or clan wars. You know what I mean? Or like raids in some instances. Because normal 8v8 is so stupid that you could literally use anything and still win most of your matches. So barrier in, like I said, a clan war setting is so good. Punji with its buff and with the, I mean Punji alone is pretty bad, but Punji with the call, like what I said in my last video, is really funny. And with it being buffed, having like longer duration means you get the call buff longer, is really funny. But as a weapon on its own, it's still pretty bad. I'm gonna put a high C. Just C. I'm not gonna worry about that. Yaoguai, this is the drone you shoot across the map. It's actually not bad, unfortunately, but it's a drone. I don't care. Fathom, oh, this thing is so annoying. It's A. It's a drone and I hate it, but it is really good and it's really obnoxious. You either don't shoot it and it will just laser your cabin until you die, or you shoot it so it stops shooting you and the guy will just spawn another one that has 200% more damage. Oh, like what? This thing is so stupid. Corvo, man, I love my Corvos, but they're so bad now. With hit scan gone, they can get as many buffs as you want. Actually, that would be nice, but they're just pretty bad without hit scan. They just kind of don't have the same impact they used to. Argument, same thing as Summoner, it's horrible. It's just too weird to use, it's too niche, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, when the argument bots shoot you, yeah, it does a lot of damage, but they're hitting all of their nails on you at max range. That's not fun. But a normal player, argument is a poop, it's too weird to build around, it's too weird to use, it's too weird. Skinner, is this even a weapon, bro? This is a module. I'm just gonna put it in B. It's just, what? It does what it does. I don't know. It attaches to people. It's a harpoon. This is pretty much a module, not a weapon. But I'll put it B because it's, I don't know. I don't think anyone really cares. Enlightenment. This thing is only good at Cyclops. It's only good for some weapons at giving you Cyclops perk. It's anyone that is seriously gonna say, "No, Enlightenment is really good for keeping people out of cloak." Shut up, dude. Shut up. Take this one energy off your build. Adapter. This thing has been like bad ever since it released, and I'm pretty sure the only point of this weapon is like a it's not supposed to be in the game and be competitive or good at all. The whole point of it was for like an art build pack and like the introduction of the Ravagers. That's the whole reason this weapon even exists. It's not very good. It doesn't really do anything. It's a weird rapid fire burst gun projectile. Doesn't do a lot of damage. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I'll just put it C. Astrus. No. I don't know. Astrus is pretty bad. I'll put it like B. It's like okay, I guess. It does okay damage, but that's about it. It's really weird to use, kind of weird to build around. I don't know. B. It doesn't. It's just kind of weird. It's a very weird gun. It probably needs some buffs for it to actually be like okay. I want to put it C, but it is okay, right? If you look and see, these guns are all like, pretty much don't use them unless you're sort of just having fun and messing around. No one uses Astrus that's like having fun. The only people that use Astrus are like, I'm basically a scorpion, but I'm at 9k, ha ha ha. And then they die instantly, or they take their own gun off because of the perk. So it is still okay, but I don't know, I'll just put a B. Aspect, unlike Is A too much? Okay, I'm gonna put it A because it's skill based. Unlike the other machine guns that are just bad, the way you use aspect, and because it's an aspect means you're only playing it at high power score, means you've unlocked a different type of build to use the aspect with, and the builds you're fighting, being like a aspect spider, fighting other spiders or something. Bro, aspect is really good. Well, maybe not really good. It is pretty good. If you can hold the perk at like 40%, this thing drills, dude. Triple aspect actually does so much damage, it's unbelievable if you can just constantly peck at them. And with it, like, it's quite nice to build around because of the, I forgot what it's called, but the barrel is at the very top of the gun, so it's very nice to build around and armor. If you can hold the perk at 40%, the aspect is really nice, and especially if you're like a sub 100 ping player, then you should honestly try aspect. You can laser weapons across the map very accurately, and if you can hold the perk at like 40%, you do a lot of damage. Obviously, if you're higher ping, I mean, I'm the highest ping player there can be, and I can use aspects. I'm sure everyone else can. Vindicators, these things actually aren't bad. They do a lot of damage, and you can use them on like spiders and hovers. Like these frontal machine guns, you can't because low power score. This one you can, and the way you build around it, and with its perk, it's not retarded. It's not super bad. It's still pretty bad, but it's funny, and it's okay. It does a good amount of damage. Arbiter, I don't know. I don't even know if people use this anymore. I kind of want to put it C. I'll just put it B. With its hit scan gone, and the nerfs it got before the hit scan, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. The Arbiter is just weird. You don't see it anywhere. Even on cars, it's not very good. I'll just put a B, just because it still does damage. It's still accurate. It's still like pretty decent. It's kind of just like the power score range you got to use it in. You sort of just get owned by everything when you use it, and you can't really use it on hovers anymore. You can, but you just don't like see it. I don't know. I'll just put it as just Arbiter and B. It's okay. Reaper, I'm gonna put it A. It's like, it's annoying. It's good, but it's annoying playing against it, which is why it's A. When you're using it, you don't do a lot of damage, like you kind of do, but the only time you get away with doing a lot of damage is if someone else is being stupid and is just sitting in front of you. That's when you do a lot of damage. Otherwise, you don't do that much. The Reaper is more of just like a crowd control thing. Like no one really wants to peek a Reaper and sit in front of it. That's kind of why it's A. I could put it B, but it's not bad. B is kind of like, B is like the weapon is okay. The weapon is usable. A is like a weapon is good, and the Reaper is good. It's just the way it's good. It's not. I don't know. The Reaper's A. I'll just put A. I don't know. It is good. It has a lot of damage if people sit in front of you. Otherwise, you don't do much. I think. I don't know. I'll just leave Reaper there. It seems right. Hammerfall. I kind of want to put Hammerfall in F, honestly. Even though it's probably C, I'm going to put it F just because it belongs in F. Even though it kind of belongs in C. It belongs in F. They removed hit scan. Hammerfall was a great counter to the Devo bricks and the brick meta as a whole. And then they remove hit scan. Yes, that's exactly what we needed. And then the Devo brick meta decided to live for like months longer because they removed hit scan. Are we dead ass, bro? The Hammerfall is so useless. It's insane. It's more C, but just don't use a Hammerfall. I'm pretty sure this is the cheapest legendary right now. I think it's sub 1,000 coin, and that's kind of all that needs to be said. The split is actually pretty good. I kind of want to put an A, low key, but again, it's a shotgun and it's not hit scan, so anyone that's over like 100 ping, it's pretty annoying to use. But it does a lot of damage, and if you can play well, like I'm talking about this in 9 to 11k. I don't know about 15k. But 9 to 11, the split is pretty good, like double split and like CC and stuff is pretty funny. It does a lot of damage. So I'll just put a B. The only reason it's B is because shotgun, not hit scan, very hard to use over 100 ping. Otherwise, it could be A, but then again, I don't know how it goes in 15k. Triple split's probably funny, but I think that's too much energy wasted on weapons at 15k. Nidhogg, I just don't think there's a point. With split, they changed the Nidhogg. What? They changed the Nidhogg perk to introduce Split, which has the Nidhogg perk, like firing thing. And now Nidhogg is useless. It's a lot smaller than Split, and I'm pretty sure its stats are just so much worse, like Dura Mass. I could put this F, but it's not bad. It has okay damage still. Hammerfall doesn't have anything. I'll put it C, just because it's bad, but it's not Hammerfall bad. Parser is Hammerfall bad. This is the second cheapest legendary in the game. No more needs to be said. That's doing too much. Look, Cyclone's not S. It's solid. You can use Cyclone pretty much anywhere, and it's okay. I just don't like how big the Cyclone is. I don't know. It's just not S. It is really good. It has a lot of damage. Similar to Reaper, no one wants to sit in front of a Cyclone, so people try to avoid sitting in front of you. But when they do, you start doing a lot of damage, which is nice. That's the only reason I'm not going to put it S. Yeah. That's not the only reason, but you know what I mean. It's good. It's just, the Cyclone is really good. It's just not, this is one of the best weapons in the game kind of good. It's just really good. Stillwind. Look, see. Stillwind got a buff, or changed to its perk, which is pretty much a buff. It's still bad. I would rather use a Whirlwind instead of a Stillwind. The Stillwind shoots slower. It's more inaccurate. It does more damage. Yeah, but it shoots slower and it's more inaccurate, so you're hitting less shots. You're missing more shots and you're shooting less, so you're doing less damage. And it's more annoying to build around. I'm pretty sure it has a different hitbox to Whirlwind. So it's going C. And the powers, I don't know, it's just a very, very weird weapon. I don't know what change it might need. Honestly, I think a hitbox change would make this really good. But that's like it. That's all it needs. Starfall, so many new players. Starfall is like the legendary Gravistar. There's just, the only people that use Starfalls are the people that will only use Starfalls. Bro, just use something else, please. I don't know. People like, it has proxy damage. That is so sick. Look, there's no bullet drop. It's pretty accurate spread-wise. The damage is okay. But like, I don't know. See something else, please. It's an okay gun. I don't know. I was put a B. It's like decent, sure, but it's only good at like a certain power score range. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Starfall is it's mid. It's mid. Mammoth. I don't even know what to put this. I want to put an A. Did it get nerfed? No, Whaler got nerfed, which sort of removed the Mammoth carts that were everywhere. I'm pretty sure Mammoth didn't get changed. It got its buff ages ago, which put Mammoth like straight into meta. But Whaler losing its like speed and mass or tonnage or whatever it was, people only use Whaler with Masto now, because Mammoth is just Masto is just more impactful than Mammoth. It's still really good. Mammoth is still really good. As a gun alone, it's still really good. Very strong, a lot of damage, good DPS. Pretty accurate, especially with certain modules. It's still an A. It's still a very good weapon. Compiler. This is just a worse Mammoth as of right now. Mammoth does like the same damage, but you only need to hit one shot. The Compiler, you need to hit all 3 shots. The spread is still pretty bad. And in certain configurations, you can't even use the perk. Even then, there's a lot of times where you just don't even use the perk, because you'd rather just hit someone for 1300 that you know you're going to hit them for, instead of trying to loop a shot around a building and hit them for 700. It's kind of just a worse Mammoth. It's okay, but I think it needs some change. I could put an A. I just don't think it's A. Like, if I see someone using Compiler, I don't care. If I see someone using Mammoth, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to get rid of that guy. That's sort of my thing here. Tsunami, it does okay damage. That's literally it. Nothing more needs to be said. I don't know, it's just a very old weapon, power crept kind of weapon. Avalanche, kind of want to put it S, but I don't like Avalanche. It's very stupid. Like, you can give an idiot avalanche and they'll do well with it. That's kind of how the weapon works. It is good, and it can always be used in a comp. It doesn't really matter what meta it is. It can always be used on like an auger. I'm just not a big fan of it. I think I would rather fight like an avalanche spider than a like Foon spider, obviously. But if I saw people use avalanche, I'd be like, okay, I don't care, we're gonna win. That's kind of my thing. If I see something, like what gives something an S is like, man, I don't really want to be fighting this. Like, obviously avalanche is very strong and would suck to fight against, but I don't really, if I see someone use avalanche, I don't care. Hurricane, it's good in helis, that's it. Nothing more needs to be said. It's really good in helis, really bad everywhere else. Waltz, this thing is actually not bad. Waltz is not bad. It got its like swirly spread reduced, so it's more accurate. It's actually not bad. It does a good amount of damage, but you know, guns that have wind up, Waltz, Snowfall, you know what I mean, where you gotta hold the trigger for a bit. Not a big fan of those, but Waltz is still pretty strong. Heather got its energy reduced. I want to put it A. The only reason it's not A is because Swarm exists, and Swarm is just 20 times better than Heather, so there's no point in using Heather. But it got its energy reduced, so it's a lot better than what it was. But there's only one reason why it's not A, and that's this. Lucifer is pretty good. If you can aim and use a brain and use Yeti on like Satori, Lucifer is really nice. You can pretty much assassinate someone instantly if you're smart. I don't think anything more needs to be said about why this is S. I think this is probably the best weapon in the game right now, and I'm not joking. You're fighting hovers? Who cares? Swarm one-shots hovers. You're fighting spiders? Who cares? Swarm thrives against fighting spiders. You're shooting Leviathans? Swarm is the best weapon in the game to kill Leviathans. You're shooting cars? That is where Swarm can struggle, but if you get one solid shot on a car, he's probably disarmed, most likely dead. This thing is so broken, and to think this thing was even stronger by a long shot is crazy to even think about. Imagine if we had the old Swarm right now. Bro, the spiders would be getting one shot, and I'm not joking. This thing got nerfed pretty heavily, and it's still the best weapon in the game. Retcher, if you can aim, Retcher is A. It dismantles pretty much everything. If you can aim and hit your shots, Retcher is easy A. It does a lot of damage. And with it getting its buff, the more durability, which it finally got after years and years and years of being 256, it's now 343, I think. It's nice. Retcher's solid. Slaughterer, I want to put it A, but it's just still needs some changes. It does okay damage. It's pretty good at it does okay damage, does good damage. That's pretty much it. Its perk is just kind of weird. I wish it was more distinct in like grenade versus armor penetrating bullet. They kind of feel the exact same. I feel like a little bit more tweaking to the perk, and this thing could be pretty fun. But at the moment, it's just kind of weird. A Mugi, it could very well still be B. The only reason I'm putting it C is because people aren't using it anymore. It's still good. Maybe I put it B, because it is still good, but people in this game are so reactive. It got nerfed, not even that heavily. Obviously, the impulse thing was pretty funny, but the point of the weapon wasn't to impulse you and push you around. They changed the spread, reload, projectile speed, all to different degrees. It's still very strong. People just don't use it because they're so reactive. Oh, I got nerfed, which means I can't use it. It's basically out of my inventory, I can't use it. It's still very strong. It's still good. Yeah, I don't know, it's B. Helios, in the current meta, Helios is very weird. It does okay damage, that's it. We're in a meta where whoever can punch the biggest hole through the other person's build wins. Which means things like Helios, although they have good damage, they just don't. Why use Helios when you can use a Foon? Like, pecking at someone 1,000,000 times until they're dead is so much worse than shooting someone 3 times with a Foon. Yeah. Helios is just pretty bad. Okay damage, that's about it. Destructor is A. Although you can't really use it in Clan Wars, it is still a very, very strong weapon everywhere else in the game, being one of the few hit scan weapons left. And if you can aim, Destructor is very strong, but nothing more needs to be said, I think. Assembler. Assembler is a weird weapon. There's a select few people that still use it and will only use it. And it's kind of weird because when you fight an Assembler, it seems to just shit on you. Like, it does so much damage and it hurts every time you get shot. But when you're using Assembler and you hit people, it just feels like you're doing nothing. And with it getting nerfed multiple times, and I don't think it's gotten a buff since, maybe one small buff, it's still pretty bad. I'm gonna put it C. Pulsar, A tier. I don't know. Really, really good weapon. Its most recent change was a buff quite a while ago, I'm pretty sure. Very strong. Lots of damage, massive explosion radius, good projectile speed when fused, very durable. I don't know. It's a very, very solid weapon. Spark. There's just not much point to using Spark instead of Flash. Obviously, I know price difference, but I mean, you can't just grab a Fire Bug, Fire Flash, and swap the Flash for a Spark. Like, you either use a build that has Flash, or you don't. You don't just swap Flash for a Spark. Flash applies the perk quicker, and on top of that, Flash reduces reload. Spark used to reduce reload, and then they removed that, and then introduced the Flash, which was the exact same as the old Spark, which is power and reload, and whatever. You either use Flash or nothing, unless you're doing like a funny build that is using Spark only. But in this case, yeah, just even alone, it's just C. Athena is easy A. I don't know why people don't use Athena, genuinely. With a certain build that I had, Athena did, how much was it? I think Athena did 4k in one volley. That's ridiculous. This was when humpback spiders were a thing, were like everywhere. So I would pretty much, I think in like 10k range, when Battlefield Arena was like 10k, I had a build that would nearly one-shot humpback spiders with Athena. I genuinely don't know why more people don't use this thing. It is kind of weird to use because to get the maximum out of it, you need to peek someone for like 6 seconds, 7 seconds to get your whole volley out. But if you can do that, you've pretty much killed them. Like, you're drilling 4k damage into something, their cabin or their weapons, and that's incredible. Athena can nearly fully strip a double Devo on its own. It blows my mind that more people don't use this thing. The mortar, it needs more damage, I think. It's just kind of weird. It just feels very weak. I want to put it B because it's good with Mortar Hadron, but that's one build. It's bad with everything else. I kind of want to put a B. I'll put a B because it isn't... If you can like sneak up behind hover with Mortar Hadron or something and drill like 2 shots through the hover, you've probably taken out their Jackie or gen them, at least taken out a bunch of their hovers just by shooting center mass. So it's still decent. I think it might just be the meta that it's in. Mortar is just not very good. I'll put a B. Sure, I don't know. Toadfish, these things are so old. I don't know if they need a buff or what, but well, it's just sort of the crossbow. I think it's just the crossbow shape. They're really hard to build around and not have the weapons hanging out. They have good DPS, but that's it. Just put it C. They kind of don't have anything else going for them other than DPS. Fukabari, B. Being able to apply heat to a lot of heat to a specific point across the map, and being one of the few weapons in the game, if not the only weapon in the game that does like bleed damage, that's pretty cool. The only reason it's not A is because it's very niche and weird to use. Like the other builds that I've said, if I see a Fukabari hover on the other team, I'm not complaining. Like, I would much rather fight that than like a Scorp hover or anything else, because I know he's not really going to be doing much. And you can just take him out quickly. I don't know, Fukabari is a cool weapon, and it keeps getting buffs, but I think it will always be like a levy only weapon. It doesn't really matter how many buffs it gets, it's just a very niche weapon to use in normals. Commit, as of right now, it's going to get nerfed, obviously, but as of right now, it's S. This is probably the 3rd best weapon in the game right now, safely. If you've watched my streams, I haven't made a video on it yet because I haven't gotten many clips. Like I just haven't been clipping things, but I probably might. But if you've been watching my streams, maybe even other people's streams, you probably know one ridiculous thing that this gun can do. And in normals, this thing is just unbelievable. If you're hitting someone with this thing, you're getting so much value. Doesn't even matter where you hit. If you're hitting cab, you're doing 700 to 1000 cab, depending on heat. You're hitting gun, you're probably taking a gun off. If you're hitting movement, you're taking out a lot of movement. This thing is so unbelievably broken, it's insane. And by the way, because I'm not going to edge half of you, the funny thing you can do with commit is you can frame levies very quickly. That is a genuine strategy that we use in levies. If it's like close, if it's us, like if the game is sort of close and their levy has most of his guns still, then we just say frame, just frame him. Because if you hit cab with our builds, if you hit cab, you're doing between 1000 and 1500 cab. All you hit is frame. And it takes like 2 or 3, or it takes like 3 shots to frame a levy. That's unbelievable. This is like the 3rd best weapon in the game. Charybdis, it's good at one thing. It's good on one build. I'm going to put a B because it's only good on one build at 1 power score range. And that's the cockpit car. And that's only in Battle for Uranium. Otherwise, this thing is bad. Nothing more needs to be said. Harvester is just a worse Charybdis. Melee is pretty bad at the moment. Draco, it's just pretty bad. Dracos are pretty bad. Not really in meta at any power score. I don't really know what even needs to change. Dracos are just kind of bad at the moment. Drakes are pretty good. The area denial on Drakes is very nice. Nothing more needs to be said. B tier, sure. Skadi, bad. I don't need to say anymore. Narwhal, I was gonna put an S, but I'll put an A. The only reason I'm not putting an S is because with ML200s coming back, Narwhal is not as strong. But before MLs, Narwhal is definitely S, because you could have one Narwhal auger, and it would pretty much completely take out all of the augers on the other team. I'm talking claymores. Because augers get more resistance with more mass, not durability, it's resistance. So an auger can have like 1800 durability, one auger, on like a you know what I mean, mainframe auger can have one auger will have 1800 durability on a mainframe auger. The Narwhal, each time you shoot, it applies cold, and cold removes resistance, which means after a certain amount of shots, that auger has 0 resistance, which means its 1800 is back down to 600 or whatever the auger is. Yeah, so that's why that would be S. But with MLs coming back, MLs obviously don't have the same thing. Narwhal is still very strong, but it's not as good as it was, or whatever. I think A is solid for that. The no tongue, whatever the hell you want to call it. This thing with cryo is pretty funny, and I'm pretty sure the amount of cryo that gets applied is based on damage, I think. So if one shot does 1% with like a normal shot, but then you use like a 10 stack Catalina, Jackie, and you get like the no tongue perk, I think it would apply 4% cold per shot. It's still pretty bad, but it's funny. And there's like a Catalina no tongue hover build that's been going around, and it's pretty annoying to fight. So I'm gonna put a B. Jiboku, F. I'm pretty sure this is the bloody, the spark one. Yeah, the one that like, this is stupid. It's just useless. Fortunes are actually kind of crazy. One volley of 3 fortunes does a lot of damage. I think it's like 3k damage. Yeah, if you're getting hit by fortunes, you kind of know you're getting hit by fortunes. That's A. They do a lot of damage. Dove, what is the point? What is the point of using Dove? That's horrible. Annihilator. I want to put it C because when someone is using Annihilators on you, it's so annoying, dude. So I'm going to put it C just because of that. Vulture, this is the drilly one. You used to be able to litter the map in vultures, or like a Hadron. You could have the entire map covered in vultures. They removed that. So now the vulture is useless. Kaiju, easy A. This thing has really solid damage. I'm surprised it's not used more. It just has really, really good DPS. Yep. Thesis, it's a bit of a weird gun. I don't know. Thesis is weird. When I see a thesis, I don't really care. I'm like, great. And just disarm it or something. I don't know. This is B. Damage is okay. DPS is okay. Whatever. Durability. It's all okay. That's kind of its thing. Flock. As of right now, Flock is S just because of this. These two go together right here. Swarm is the best weapon in the game. Flock counters Swarm. Okay. Otherwise, Flock would be like down here if it was like just normal. But because Swarmers, these go together. Punisher does a lot of damage, but it's a machine gun. That's the problem with it. I'm gonna put it A. It's also very big and hard to armor and build around. Pun does a lot of damage. Machine guns aren't very good at the moment, but it does a lot of damage. I'll just put it A. Sort of feels right. Devo's pretty bad. It got nerfed and it's out of matter. Devo is poop. I'm gonna put a B. It's just weird to build around. The size of it sort of means you need to use it on a brick or like a car, but it's so big that you kind of will just get disarmed by Foons and Scorps. And with car builds, you kind of want them to be light and fast and to have like one shot. Like you drive in, do one shot and leave. Devo, you need to sit there for like 7 seconds. And it's heavy and it's big. It's just kind of poop. Breaker, I want to put Breaker in an F, but it's not completely useless like Hammerfall. It is mostly useless. Hit scan changes, and they changed the hitbox. For what reason? I don't know. It was too overpowered. Yeah, remove hit scan, it was way too strong. All of the 3 people that used it. So we decided to make the hitbox worse. I want to do it F, but it's, yeah. Yorm, it does a lot of damage. It's like Nidhogg. Put a B. It does a lot of damage. That's it. It's really annoying to build around. Mastodon. This is S. I could put Masto in S. It is a staple in every Clan Wars comp. It should be, I should say. Really good damage. Really good heat. You can use it on Whaler. You can use it on a Spider. Masto is solid S. It's very good right now. Typhoon is also S. Typhoon is the second best gun in the game. So we got 1 Swarm, 2 Foon, 3 Commit. But Commit's gonna get nerfed. Foon has been strong for quite a while now. It is also a staple. If you don't have a Foon in your Clan Wars comp, bro, what are you doing? This thing is unbelievably strong right now. Helicon. Helicon is also S. Similar to Masto, it should be a staple. You need some sort of heating, whether it be a Helicon Spider, Helicon Hover. Helicon is very strong. Lots of heating, lots of damage. Small, very nice to build around. And with it being so small and light, on like a Spider, you can get so much durability. You can get like 8k with Goliaths. It's crazy. Nemesis. Look, I want to put Nemesis in S, but it's very niche. I'm going to put it in A. I want to put Nemesis in S because on a car build, Nemesis is very strong. It's a mini Devo. It's exactly what you want. So when I said Devo would be good on a car, but it's too heavy, takes too long to shoot, you get Nemesis. You don't need any modules like reload or heating. So you can have like a verifier and whatever the hell else you want. You can have so many modules. It's light, it's small, and it does like the same damage as Devo. And it's like the same sort of burst weapon. Nemesis is very, very strong. I just don't want to put it in S because it's niche and it's an option. Flash and Firebug kind of go together. Flash is B just on its own. I don't know, it's a decent support weapon. It's a good support weapon. Reduces reload, which is really annoying, and power and all that stuff. I don't know. B. Firebug. Firebug is A. Although Fire Dogs are not as popular at the moment, they're still very strong. Especially with Widget as well. Meaning you're a lot quicker, and in high mode you have a lot of resistance. So Firebugs just don't really care about spiders. Firebug is A. Pork. C. I don't know. Porks are just pretty bad. Don't use Porks, please. It should be the last relic you get, and you're only getting it because you want to have everything. Ripper is S, especially on a car, like with Torms being a thing as well. Ripper does a lot of damage, and if you can aim, like if you can frame people with this, if you can like shoot into the ground right in front of them and frame people, it's just even better. Scorp is also S. I don't care about like console players going, no, Pun is S. Pun is S. I use it with my aim assist. No, Scorp is not S, Scorp is D tier. I can't aim with Scorp, so it's D tier. Look, on PC, you can get the maximum out of every weapon. So this is how I'm gonna do it. Scorp is easy S, and it has been for years and years and years, and it will always be, because Scorp is the golden child of Crossout. It's just what the devs love. Everything is balanced around Scorp. Alright, I think that's it. I'm gonna go through and fix up everything. I'm gonna put the Gungnir in C. It's bad, but it's not that bad. It's not F bad. I think this is the tier list done. So basically, F is avoid at all costs. C is like, use it if you just want to have fun and stuff around. B is like, it's pretty good for like stuffing around. You can, if you're good, you can make it work, but it's also sort of just for stuffing around and having fun. A is kind of like, these are the strongest weapons in the game. And then S is like, these are kind of all overpowered right now. It's pretty much. Yeah, I think that's it. There's probably some things that could be moved up or down, and I'm kind of just overshadowing it because there's so much on my screen. I'll do this as like a final shot. Yeah, there's probably stuff that I'm overshadowing. I also didn't go into the perks or the exact specifications of every weapon because I didn't want this video to be 3 hours long, and I trust that most of you watching know the general thing of most weapons. You sort of know what most weapons do, and if you're a new player, you'll figure that out eventually. Pretty much just ignore like C and F if you're a new player, and focus on B and A if you're a new player. S is pretty much clan wars, and these are all very expensive anyway. If you're a new player, just focus on B and A. If you're not a new player, you already know what every weapon does, so I don't need to explain what a junk bow does. You know what I mean? So this is probably the final thing. Some things probably could be moved. I don't know what, but for the most part, yeah. Alright, thank you for watching, and the next video will probably be modules. I don't know when I'll do that. Probably a week from now. We'll see. Bye.